Have you ever wondered which creature is the most terrifying predator in the ocean? Killer whales, also known as the assassins of the sea, are a species that can hunt everything from seals and great white sharks to giant blue whales, with almost no true rivals. But there is a strange detail that very few people notice. Although they can take down the largest prey on the planet, they almost always avoid another whale species, the adult sperm whale. So what is really happening in those deep ocean waters? And why does the predator at the top of the food chain choose to avoid a confrontation? And is the sperm whale truly that terrifying? Or is there another secret behind it? Are killer whales truly invincible? Killer whales have long been seen as symbols of absolute power in the ocean, an intelligent, organized predator with almost no obvious weaknesses. They hunt seals by ambushing them and flipping over ice floes, hunt great white sharks by paralyzing them, and can even coordinate in groups to attack giant blue whales, creatures weighing hundreds of tons. This leads many to believe that there is no species that can make them hesitate. But the fact that they avoid sperm whales creates an interesting paradox. If a species can take down the largest prey on Earth, why avoid a much smaller one? Is it that they are truly afraid? Or are they simply calculating something that we do not yet fully understand? Is size the main reason? When looking at a sperm whale, many people's first reaction will be too big. And it's true that they are massive, nearly 15 meters long and weighing about 30 to 45 tons, looking like a giant block of stone floating in the ocean. Compared to a killer whale weighing only about 7 tons, this discrepancy seems like a logical explanation. But looking closer, this argument doesn't hold up. Killer whales still hunt blue whales, creatures that can weigh over 150 tons, many times more than a sperm whale. If they can team up to take down a giant like that, then logically, a sperm whale should be an easier target. This suggests that size is not the deciding factor. So if it's not weight, what is it that really makes killer whales hesitate? Different survival tactics. The answer begins to emerge when we look at the way different whale species react when attacked. When chased by killer whales, blue whales have almost only one option: to swim very fast to escape. Their bodies are designed to move straight at high speeds, and their survival strategy relies entirely on stretching out the chase until the predator gives up. But sperm whales are completely different. They aren't fast, they cannot flee for long periods, and they lack a speed advantage. Therefore, they don't choose to run. When they cannot hide, they are forced to face the threat. And that is exactly when things become dangerous for the predator. The sperm whale's secret weapon. When observing a sperm whale's body, the first thing that catches one's attention is the massive head, which accounts for nearly a third of the entire body. Many think that is where the largest brain on the planet is housed. And while that is true, that brain still cannot occupy all of that massive space. Most of the volume in a sperm whale's head is actually a special organ filled with a type of oil called spermaceti. In the past, scientists hypothesized that sperm whales could control the temperature of this oil, hardening it to turn the head into a giant biological hammer. If a creature weighing dozens of tons rams at high speed, that impact force could cause serious damage to any enemy. Although this behavior is rarely observed in practice, the extremely sturdy skull structure of the sperm whale suggests that they are fully capable of delivering destructive impacts. The Margaret Defense Formation, but the sperm whale's true weapon lies not only in its body, but also in how they coordinate with each other. When a pod of killer whales targets a calf, the common sight in many other species is panic and separation from the pod. However, sperm whales do the opposite. They quickly gather into a tight circle with the adults facing inward, protecting the young individuals in the center. Their tails point outward, ready to lash out at anyone who approaches. When killer whales draw near, they must face a living meat grinder, where every tail thrash can cause serious injury. This is not just defense, but a military-like tactic requiring high coordination and discipline, something that not every species can achieve. Separation and the depth advantage. In the event that a sperm whale is separated from the pod, the story is not yet over. Killer whales are shallow water predators. They depend on air and can only dive for short periods. In contrast, sperm whales are masters of the deep ocean. They can dive down thousands of meters, where light cannot reach and pressure can crush most other creatures. When pursued, the sperm whale simply dives deep, leaving the range that killer whales can follow. At that depth, the predator is forced to stop unless it wants to risk its own life. This is an absolute advantage, turning the deep ocean into a safe zone that killer whales cannot penetrate. Male sperm whales, the real monsters. If female sperm whales are formidable enough, adult male sperm whales are much more terrifying. They can reach 18 meters in length and weigh over 60 tons, nearly 3 times the size of females. An adult male can weigh more than an entire group of killer whales combined, creating a power gap that is almost impossible to bridge. In nature, no creature is capable of confronting a healthy male sperm whale head-on. Even when they live solitary lives, their size and strength remain a barrier that makes any predator reconsider. Attacking such an individual is no different from a gamble where loss is almost certain. Do orcas attack, and when? Even so, that doesn't mean killer whales completely give up on hunting sperm whales. In extremely rare cases, when food is scarce and survival pressure is high, they may still attack, but their targets are always weak, injured individuals, or those separated from the pod, especially calves. Even with an advantage, a small group of killer whales would find it difficult to take down an adult sperm whale. They are forced to gather into superpods of dozens of individuals, taking turns attacking for hours on end. This is a massive energy-consuming process with many inherent risks, where a single small mistake can lead to serious injury. Blubber and resilience. One of the reasons sperm whales are so hard to take down is the thick layer of blubber covering their entire body. In some places, this blubber can be over 30 centimeters thick, acting as natural armor against bites. A killer whale's teeth, though sharp, have a hard time penetrating this protection to damage vital internal organs. This forces them to attack continuously over a long period, causing small wounds that accumulate over time. But this tactic is not only exhausting, but also makes them vulnerable to counterattacks, turning the hunt into a dangerous war of attrition. Intelligence and evolution. Both killer whales and sperm whales are highly intelligent creatures with complex communication and coordination abilities. While killer whales might have a slight tactical edge, this difference is not enough to create an overwhelming advantage. Sperm whales are not slow, mindless creatures. They are true hunters, accustomed to facing giant squids and surviving in harsh environments. Furthermore, in the distant past, their ancestors lived alongside real sea monsters like Megalodon or Leviathan, predators even more terrifying than today's killer whales. The defensive capabilities they possess may have been forged during that era, when the ocean was much harsher. Ultimately, the answer is not that killer whales are afraid of sperm whales, but that they understand the price they would have to pay. In nature, there is no concept of honor or glorious victory, only survival or death. A battle with a sperm whale might bring food, but it could also result in the predator being injured, losing its ability to hunt, and leading to death. When compared to easier prey, like seals or sharks, the choice becomes very clear. Sperm whales are simply not worth the risk. The ocean always holds stories that make us rethink what seems obvious. If you find this content interesting and want to explore more mysteries of the natural world, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next content.